Welcome to another episode of GQ Speaks, your go-to platform for insightful conversations, captivating stories, and thought-provoking discussions. GQ is a series of experiences, and we're just making sense of that as we go along. That is what we're doing here, one conversation at a time. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into our episode.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm your host for today, Ahmed Ahmed, class of 2026.
aka Ahmed Squared.
And joining me in the studio today is my co-host, Basil Al-Balushi, class of 2027.
We are beyond excited to embark on a very exciting football adventure with you in this episode. We'll explore all facets of the beautiful game. We'll be delving deep into this world of this incredible sport, discussing the latest matches, controversies, heartwarming stories, and everything in between. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just someone looking to stay in the loop, we promise to have something in store for you. In this podcast, we aim to be your one-stop destination for all things football. Over the course of the series, we'll be hearing from fellow students and members of the GQ community. Expect to hear from your friends, classmates, or even your professors, all sharing their unique takes on the game that we unanimously love. So for today's podcast, in particular, we're going to talk about the Ballon d'Or ceremony and our thoughts on who really deserved it, the Benzema controversy and our stance on it, a post-match analysis of the most recent Clássico, and finally, we're going to end it with a very special game. First off, to get things right off the bat, let's get it clear which teams we support.
I am a Chelsea fan.
And I am a Barcelona fan.
So, Basil, seeing that you're a Barca fan, what do you think of their season so far, considering they lie third place in La Liga, with surprisingly Girona leading the way?
Well, Girona is a big surprise, definitely, but I don't think they're going to end the season as the winner, unfortunately. But so far, Barcelona are doing decent. I'm pretty happy with the way they're playing, and they were unbeaten for a while until the Clássico, but and we'll get into that later. But overall, they're doing pretty well, and I'm happy with the way they're playing. And yeah, but I want to see some improvement, especially in when it comes to the final third and the finishing. But pretty good so far.
And what do you think of the injury crisis? And I mean, it's been repetitive now. I think both of us can agree, both Chelsea and Barca.
Yeah.
But it's been a bit repetitive with star players like Pedri, De Jong, Rafinha. I mean, how many times,
I mean, our luck is is pretty bad, but and it always happens before the big games. But I think there must be a problem when it comes to the workload, because you see it even with Pedri when he first came on the scene, he played non-stop.
Yeah, I think. Sorry to interrupt. I think he played 53 games. I remember seeing a stat like that.
Yeah,
it was unreal for what was he, 19-year-old kid?
Yeah, that's my age right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, literally.
And we're overworking our players. We need to have more reliances on La Masia. We have a good academy, and we need to depend on our substitutes and our reserves. So yeah, we need some more rotation, definitely. And I think that's the main problem.
And I mean, not to take away from your injury crisis, but with the depth you have in your team, with being Barcelona, I mean, I don't think you've had a very good start to the season.
You think so?
Let's be real. Third place, losing the El Clásico in such dramatic fashion, bottling, as they would say. I mean, I just genuinely don't think it's been good.
Honestly, I think the problem has been in the final third. The reason I say they're doing well is we're doing decent actually, is because when it comes to the build up, when it comes to the defense been solid since last year. They've been solid. Midfield's amazing, masterclass, especially with Gavi. But it's the final third and the finishing where is the problem, right? And it's surprising because I expected more from Lewandowski. I'm not gonna lie, but I hope it picks up by the end of the season, and I think it will. I think it's a bit of a slow start, but I still think it's a decent start in my opinion.
All right, I get that. And now let's get to Chelsea, my team. So, I mean, I think this is where the the bread and butter is. Chelsea lying, 9th place, 10th place this season. I mean, we did just beat league leaders, or They used to be league leaders, Tottenham,
Mm.
4-1
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
As they would say, 3-point lane always belongs to us. What do you think of our season so far?
Honestly, well, Chelsea's, I'm not going to lie to you. No offense. Actually, not full offense. Chelsea's atrocious. And have been atrocious. And like, I think it's ever since, and it's kind of unfortunate because I think it's ever since the new owners came in. Everything just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
So let's, for your sake, I hope they
You see,
turn things around.
This is where I disagree with you because, I mean, you can say you can say, you know, we're 10th place, 9th place, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, we're playing good football. It's the same issue as Barcelona, except amplified 10 times. Our finishing, Nicholas Jackson up top. I mean, what does the guy deliver, you know? Our finishing has been atrocious. You see it against Brentford. Even against Spurs, we were struggling against 9 men to score 1 goal. But when you look at the actual play, when you watch Chelsea play for 90 minutes and you don't just look at the stats, I promise you, we're playing very good football.
Thing is, like, it's also, you have to compare. The thing is with Barcelona and Chelsea, you gotta compare how much you guys spent as well on your players. Like the people you brought in, Modric, I can't remember, João Felix, and how he's now with us. But like, you spent big bucks on players that did nothing, and I think that is part of the aspect of why I see them as atrocious right now.
I mean, yes, definitely. Like, we can agree, you know, the players that have come in have struggled for form. We can agree. But I don't think that can be enough to say that Chelsea have been really bad. Like, you cannot just use the fact that we have spent money to say they're bad. You can say they're worse than where they should be, but you cannot say they have been utterly atrocious.
Yeah, but like 9th place.
I mean,
I think
we've just been unlucky.
I mean, unlucky is used to a certain point. Not to you can describe 3rd place as unlucky, but 9th place cannot be unlucky. There's a problem there.
All right.
But yeah,
Let's move on to the Ballon d'Or. So this year we obviously had the trio gunning for it.
yeah,
Messi now with his 8th, Haaland, who was looking for his first, and obviously Mbappe,
yeah.
who's been on the rise for like 4 years now, still nothing. What did you think of this year's ceremony?
Honestly, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Messi winning it, I feel like it's well deserved. Haaland put out an amazing season, but I think it's just a perfect full circle moment. Last end of the year, end of his career basically, and he wins the World Cup in amazing fashion. Like, yes, Argentina played well as a team, but Messi was definitely the star player, and as at his age, being a star player in the World Cup and winning it for his country, that was amazing from him. And then he put out a decent season in PSG as well. I think when it comes to club season, I don't think it's as good as Haaland's, but to be honest, I think the World Cup itself, as we've seen in the past, even with Modric winning the Ballon d'Or, it's enough for to earn him that Ballon d'Or, to be honest.
Yeah, and I definitely see that. I mean, there's clearly a trend with performances in the World Cup and where you rank in the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't think just because there's a trend doesn't mean the trend is correct, you know? And I mean, I'm sure so many people who support Messi right now hated Modric winning the Ballon d'Or, and they're using the same justification, you know? So I don't think Messi, granted, he also had a very good Copa America tournament, but when you look at that, it's the World Cup was under 15 games, Copa America also under 15 games, so a total of 20 games? Is that really, really enough to win the most prestigious individual award in football?
You gotta look at it, first of all, like compare the performances in the World Cup from Modric, the performances in the World Cup of Messi. Like, okay, yes, Modric took the Croatia to 2nd place, which is amazing. But Messi won it for them, and Messi did it in an outstanding fashion. Like, his performances was spectacular. And even on top of that, his performances in PSG, they're not bad. They're not atrocious. They're actually decent performances. And with the team that he was surrounded by, I think the people who were around him were very underwhelming in PSG. And I think his performances was actually decent compared to them. Like, he consistently pulled out good performances day in, day out. And I think that did earn him the Ballon d'Or.
And I mean, you cannot just say PSG's team was not good enough. Like PSG had Mbappe, they had Neymar, they had Messi, Sergio Ramos, Hakimi, all these star players. I'm sure I'm missing a few. If you're looking at the star players, he was the one who underperformed the most.
No, definitely not.
Yes,
No,
yes.
no, I'm sorry. No, I think Neymar and Mbappe played like more underwhelming than Messi. Definitely.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
Okay, you could present an argument for Neymar. Mbappe.
Yeah, I think he was so overhyped, man. Especially in the season, I feel like he was so overhyped. Messi definitely played better than him in the PSG season. 100%.
No, I completely disagree. But I do want to get back to the main topic. I want to go back to the World Cup. Messi performing very well, very spectacularly in those 10 games. I don't think, for me, it just does not mean you win the Ballon d'Or, because the Ballon d'Or is not just an award given to the best. It's given to someone who has been the best consistently for the whole season. So consistency is not a matter of 10 games. It's a matter of 50 plus games, which Haaland clearly showed he could do. Imagine breaking the Premier League gold record, which stood for 30 years maybe, in your first Premier League season, and you don't even get the Ballon d'Or.
Let me ask you a question then. Do you think Haaland would put out that performance with like Tottenham? Do you think Haaland would put out a performance without having Kevin De Bruyne in his back? Kevin De Bruyne is like supplying all his goals. And I think without him, and take example the way he's playing for Denmark, right? He's not Norway. Sorry, take the way he's playing for Norway, right? He doesn't have as star-studded midfield supporting him, right?
He doesn't have anyone. It's not. Obviously. He doesn't have a star-studded.
He has
midfield.
Odegaard.
He doesn't have anyone.
He has Odegaard.
Okay, one player.
But yeah, okay, yeah, fine, obviously. But all I'm saying is like he can't. I don't think Haaland would be as good as he is if he played for like even Chelsea. I don't think he would be as good as he is if he played for Chelsea. He's playing in Man City.
Okay,
the best. They won the best club this year, right?
Yeah.
Like honestly, playing for that team and being the striker for that team.
Yeah.
Like you're bound to put out some goals. Obviously, I'm not like taking his flowers away from him. He had a spectacular season, but nevertheless, you have Kevin De Bruyne supplying your shots. I think if I was playing in front of Kevin De Bruyne, I think I'd bag 10 goals in a season Premier League.
Okay.
Okay, maybe not 10, but like, I think I'll get a couple in.
I get your viewpoint, but I don't think this has anything to do with it. You can't just say, oh, because his team is so good, he doesn't deserve the Ballon d'Or.
I'm not taking his flowers away from him, but I'm saying Messi deserved it more than him, because also even see the goals that Haaland scores, right?
Yeah.
They're like, I'm not saying he's a tap-in merchant, but it's not like spectacular goals.
Goals win games. That's what matters. That's the same issue we were just talking about, finishing in front of goal, both Chelsea and Barcelona. You would love to have Haaland, no matter if it's tap-ins, yeah? Everyone,
obviously.
Look, everyone wants to watch amazing goals. Everyone wants to have lots of fun watching football.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you want to win. You would love to have Haaland, even if it's tap-ins.
Okay, yeah, but what I'm saying is, okay, you need to be tap-ins, you need to be in the right place at the right time, and you need to be able to finish, right? But all around player, Messi's better. All around player, Messi has put out a better performance. And that's like, it's shown in PSG and it's shown in the World Cup as well. And the thing is, Haaland's in the right place at the right time, finishing perfectly, right? And then we have Kevin De Bruyne supplying him perfectly, right? I don't think Haaland is Man City's most important player. Kevin De Bruyne is, right?
Interesting. Yeah, interesting.
And I think without having Haaland up front, right? You got Julian Alvarez right there, and he can do not exactly what Haaland did. I'm not saying he's going to fill his shoes, but he will put out just enough for them to win the league, enough for them to win the Champions League, and they would have still won the same amount of trophies as they did having him up front over Haaland, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think he's. What you're telling me is Argentina win the World Cup if Messi wasn't there? Definitely not. That's not even something you think about. Definitely no. So that's why he deserves it. That's why Messi there's a Ballon d'Or. Because if we look at the importance of a player in the club and in the country, right? Messi is way more important for both his club and his country, right?
Yeah.
And then at the same time, Messi.
Just to say something really quick.
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or is also not based on how important you are to the team. You know?
It's based on who's the better player.
Who's on the best? Yeah, who's the best? It's not how important you are to your team.
That's part of being a better player, though.
Yeah, but then again, I just said consistency is also part of it.
Of course, and Messi was consistent as well. You think Messi was inconsistent? He was consistent in PSG as well,
Okay.
putting out good performance. Even football consistently gave.
I think I just want to also say this. This also plays into the massive debate. Like, is the Ballon d'Or rigged? What do you think of this?
100%. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's 100% rigged.
So, did you think this season was rigged?
No, okay, but look, I think Messi deserved it well, but I also think Messi would have won it even if he didn't deserve it.
Wait.
So my point. Okay, look, I think Messi was the best player of this year.
Yeah.
Okay, but I also think that if Haaland put out a better performance, Messi would still won. But I don't think that
see.
happened, right?
I see.
I think even like in so many situations, it was rigged. Modric's Ballon d'Or win, I think that was rigged, right?
I don't think that was rigged. Genuinely,
Really?
I do not think that was rigged.
Look,
But I do think Lewandowski.
not
That was
guessing it was
horrible.
outrageous. That was outrageous.
Insane.
100% outrageous.
Insane. I mean, the guy. It
100%.
was just bad. It was really bad.
But yeah, we can't be naive and say it's not rigged. Like Messi
Yeah.
was gonna win it, whether or not he deserved it or not. But he did deserve it. But he was gonna win it anyways because it's just too perfect of a storyline. It's too perfect for the marketing team. It's too perfect for everything. I mean, matter of fact, they got speed up there. They care about the marketing way more than they care about who deserves it, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how you know it's rigged.
All right. Now we're going to move on to the Benzema controversy.
Yeah.
So recently, the French striker Karim Benzema found himself in the spotlight, not for his footballing skills this time. Obviously, won the Ballon d'Or, but for his stance on a political matter. So Benzema actually criticized what's going on in Gaza right now,
Yeah,
and he faced lots of criticism back from the French Interior Minister, and there has been calls for his Ballon d'Or to be revoked,
yeah,
his citizenship
yeah.
to be revoked as well, which I found absurd. I mean, the Ballon d'Or is one thing, but
Yeah.
citizenship is crazy.
Let me read out what he says. Right, he said on a tweet. He said, all our prayers for the inhabitants of Gaza, who are once again victims of these unjust bombings, which spare no women or children. So he said that in French, and he tweeted that, and that's what got him a lot of backlash. But yeah, it's an outrageous reaction from the French.
Interior Minister.
Yeah, like it's outrageous. Taking the Ballon d'Or away, fine, do that. Citizenship, outrageous. But even taking the Ballon d'Or away, like he deserved it.
I mean, we've seen this
He
before.
deserved it.
We've seen this with Mesut Ozil when he spoke about the Muslims in China.
It's
He did not only just get an award revoked or anything. He lost his spot in Arsenal Football Club, like one of the greatest football clubs of all time. Basically ended his career because where did he end up going? Turkey.
yeah,
Let's be real. That's nowhere a star player wants to be.
that's the retiring spot.
And that's the retirement home.
Yeah, and honestly, like it's so sad to see. We've seen that with his role in the Germany national team. Same thing happened with that with Mesut Ozil.
Yeah.
We've seen that with Mazraoui. He supported Palestine, and he got he's like the Bayern Football Club are saying that we're gonna have to have a conversation when he comes back from international duty.
Actually, just to interrupt you, sorry,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if you know him. I think his name is Anwar Al-Ghazi.
yeah, main
He's,
football player, right?
Yeah. He just got his contract terminated
Yeah,
for speaking out against Palestine. Granted, they did give him a warning, but personally, I think that's absolutely crazy. It's
Completely.
outrageous.
complete. You know what? Let's look at Zinchenko, right? Ukrainian player, always speaks out about Ukraine and supports of Ukraine. Freedom of speech. They consistently say that, right? And you know what? Good, go down to him. Let him speak about Ukraine. But why can't these players talk about Palestine? And in the same team, the same national team, who came to the World Cup closing their mouths, saying they're being silenced, and played a horrible amount of football, did a horrible World Cup campaign, right? Same country, ironically, comes in and their clubs are terminating players and trying to silence them for talking about Palestine. It's complete hypocrisy, and it's so obvious.
And I think it's even more. It shows the hypocrisy shows even more with Zinchenko in particular, because obviously, as we just stated, Anwar Al-Ghazi had his contract terminated for supporting Palestine.
Yeah.
But actually, Zinchenko posted a story supporting Israel,
No one
and
said anything.
nothing
Yeah,
happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing.
And then it's the same thing with the whole situation with Ukraine and Russia. In every game, you would see after the scoreboard, you see the Ukrainian flag, right?
Yeah.
Fans, sorry, Liverpool fans are coming out with this like the Palestinian flags, and they're putting it up, and then the stewards have to come up to them and be like, "You have to take these down. You can't put that up there." Same thing with Celtic, who are getting punished for their fans supporting Palestine.
Shout out to them, man.
Shout out to them for shout out to
Real
everyone,
Sociedad, everyone, genuinely.
everyone who's supporting Palestine. Shout out to all of them. But like, it's outrageous to see that it's not supported. And you know what? I'm not surprised though. I'm not surprised. Football has been hypocrisy central consistently for time, and it's unfortunate to see. Very unfortunate to see. So yeah. So honestly, to sum that up, our stance on it is we're in support of Benzema, and we're in support of Palestine. I think you'd agree, right?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
definitely.
100%. All right. So now this is a tough topic for me to talk about, the El Clásico.
Belly goal.
Shush. Just be quiet, man. I honestly, I actually liked Bellingham before that game, and now I'm glad he dislocated his shoulder. Just to say that.
He did?
Yeah, he dislocated his shoulder.
Oh wow, I really didn't know that.
I guess no celebrations for him anymore. Fun fact, by the way.
Yeah.
Before Bellingham did that celebration, it was Messi.
No. It's not the same thing though.
It's the same
It's not the same thing. And
It's
you
the
can
same
make the
celebration.
argument Messi took it from someone else and someone else.
Yeah, and the originator,
not the same.
realistically, the originator is like Jesus.
Anyway, let's get back to football. Let's get back to football.
But yeah, okay.
Do you think
that was a horrible game to see? Barcelona completely deserved that win.
No.
Yes, 100%.
No.
Are you dumb?
No.
Oh my god.
You had control, like you had possession, sure, but you didn't do anything with it. I mean, with Madrid had multiple chances to score and missed, and you can say, oh, they deserved it.
Same thing with Barca. They had multiple chances, even more. And if you look at that final goal they scored in the last minute, okay? It was the biggest fluke of all time. Modric was trying to control the ball. It bumps over his legs and goes to
That's
Bellingham.
football. That's football. That's the way it works.
Obviously. But on top of that, there was also an atrocious performance from the referee. We've had so many penalties that needed to come to us, but it didn't. Araujo was being dragged down in the box and we just didn't get that.
Did you not see Camavinga? Did you not see what happened with him? They should have had a penalty as well.
We should have had way more penalties. There was just an atrocious from both sides. I'm not saying that Real Madrid has paid them like they usually do, but like I'm just saying it was an atrocious performance, and we deserved that win. We deserved like more than one penalty. Maybe they deserved one, right? And honestly, and like the performance from Barcelona was way better than Real Madrid. Matter of fact, even Xavi admitted it. Obviously, he has a little bit of bias, but he also admitted it, saying that he felt like he deserved the win. I'm saying Barcelona 100% deserved that win. And when I saw it, like I was watching it live, and every second I felt like, oh, Barcelona's going to score. Barcelona's going to get the win. Barcelona's get the win. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Real Madrid put a ball in the back of the net, and I'm like, what the hell? And I see Bellingham with his hands up, and I'm like, this prick, this person. But yeah, like honestly, outrageous. And honestly, the Barcelona deserved one.
It's a 6-point game. You know, this is the game of the season. You cannot be dropping points like this when you maintain possession, when you seem to have the game in your hands and crumbled, genuinely crumbled.
And honestly, Lewandowski came on the pitch and did nothing.
Yeah.
Touches outrageous.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say he's washed. I'm saying he's not having a good start to the season. He needs to pick it up. And that performance in Clássico was very apparent of that.
On the other hand, I think Gavi genuinely showed. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Over the past year and a half, I've been like the biggest critic of Gavi. I didn't see any potential. I thought this guy was just a passion merchant putting his head in places where you wouldn't put your feet.
Yeah.
But what does that show when you have no skill? But this game, I think I might be the next Gavi enthusiast.
Honestly, Gavi, what an amazing. I love him. Been loving him. I see him in the pitch. He's clearly inspired by me. And he's outstanding, honestly. No, but like honestly, his performance and like he showed captaincy level. You know, I see him as a future captain of the team, 100%. And that passion is something that has been lost in Barcelona for a while. Yeah, it's been lost in Barcelona for a while, and we need that passion back. we saw it with Puyol, and we're seeing it in Gavi. Puyol is arguably our best captain that we've had of all time.
Yeah.
I can see that happening with Gavi as well.
That's a very, very big claim.
Mm.
But on the flip side, there's a very big pressing question for Real Madrid fans as well. If there's any listening, do you think that Madrid can still clinch the league despite most of their wins, in my eyes, being extremely unconvincing, and they've been kind of playing very poor but scraping wins?
Oh, but I'm a Barca fan. Obviously, I'm gonna say no, and they're not gonna win the league. Barca are. But yeah, that's coming from a biased point of view, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
mean, it's Real Madrid. I mean, genuinely, every season they do this. With the Champions League season they won, when they beat City with Rodrigo's insane 2 late goals. Do you think they technically, quote unquote, deserve that win? No.
yeah,
But they grind out results. This is what the best team in European football does. This is
Ancelotti-
what they do.
Ancelotti's eyebrow, you know.
Ancelotti's eyebrow.
No, but honestly, it's not like it's gonna run out at some point.
I don't see that happening.
It's
I
gonna
think
run
I
out.
think Real Madrid just have it in their DNA. Something about them. I mean, you transfer to Real Madrid and something changes within you. You just get that clutch gene.
I mean, Bellingham. It's been
Yeah,
clear with Bellingham.
It's been clear with Bellingham.
But you know what? I'll say this. Allah is gonna support Barcelona, inshallah.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. But we have one more thing before we end. So me and Basil are gonna be making a combined 11 with Chelsea and Barcelona players.
Okay.
So in goal,
yeah.
Basil, who do you have?
Ter Stegen.
Ter Stegen. I mean, yeah,
Okay,
I think we
there
can
we
both
go.
agree on
Okay.
that.
Alhamdulillah.
And genuinely, what did you think of the? What did you think of Emiliano Martinez winning the Goalkeeper of the Year award over Ter Stegen?
Honestly, I don't mind it. Not like, okay, Ter Stegen, amazing performance, did a great job. But like, it's kind of running with the same theme of putting out a performance in the World Cup and the performance of the World Cup being
Yeah,
part of the.
and this is what I meant about this trend of World Cup having such big influence.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong because Ter Stegen had an unbelievable season, and I'm telling you,
Mashallah.
even though I'm a Chelsea fan, I genuinely watched like 70%, 80% of Barcelona's games.
Yeah.
This guy was unreal. He
Okay.
even broke the clean sheet record.
I'm interrupting.
Amazing guy.
Say mashallah. Say mashallah.
Mashallah,
Before he gets
mashallah.
injured, say mashallah.
Allahumma
There we
barik.
go. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Anyways, let's move on to left back.
Okay.
Who do you have in left back?
Alejandro Balde.
Alejandro Balde. I would really love to put Chilwell in there, but it's just consistency. I think Chilwell is the better player. He is the better player. It's just the consistency is not there. And Balde is playing 90 minutes every game. So
Yeah.
for that reason, I think he has to go.
Okay, yeah, fairs. Center back.
Center back, I have Thiago Silva.
And
Goat.
what's the other one?
The other one is Ronald Araujo.
Okay, I got Araujo and I got Koundé.
Okay.
see-
Now this is where you're just wrong. But you can, go on.
Look. I can compromise with Thiago Silva.
No, make the argument for Koundé. Let's hear it.
But honestly, Koundé is a solid defender. He's been solid for Barcelona, honestly. And he's been like a really good player. And also, side note, the fits are fire.
The fits,
They're
the
part
fits
of
are
it.
amazing.
The
Check
fits
them
are
out if you
fire,
haven't
man.
already.
But like honestly, he's been a key player in our team.
I mean, he's been key, but let's be real here. This is Thiago Silva we're talking about. This guy does not put a foot wrong. And I just want to say, Koundé has played a lot of games at right back. You know,
Yeah, I know. That's like I have. Okay, that's why I can compromise with Thiago Silva because Koundé is also more of a right back than a centre back in my perspective. I just wanted to squeeze him in there because he's been solid.
So is your right back Koundé then?
No,
Okay, who's your right back?
my right back is Reece James.
Reece James, the Chelsea boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely both agree on that.
Okay, cool.
The best right back in the world when he's not plagued with injuries.
yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think I agree with that, to be honest.
And I mean, just last night he came back. I think first game since first start for first full 90 minutes since he came back from that injury.
Yeah.
As usual.
Yeah,
Didn't put a foot wrong. Amazing. Should have probably scored. Shot went just wide.
yeah.
But this guy defensively, man, he's just
Solid.
insane.
So solid. I've been saying it from the start. Way better than Trent. No, I don't think there's an argument. I've been saying it from the beginning, and I think now there's no argument about it because
Yeah.
Defensively, Reece James carries way better than him. You know. So yeah, okay. Reece James, midfield.
Do you have a defensive midfield?
I didn't put them in. I just put them CM. So
All right, let's move on to midfielders. Who do you have for your midfield three?
my midfield three is Gavi, Pedri, De Jong.
That's unreal, Basil.
What?
Gavi, Pedri, De Jong,
We
all
ha-
Barca midfield.
Well, what am I? Am I
Okay.
going to put a Chelsea player
Okay,
with the
let me-
stacked midfield that we have?
Let me tell you my midfield three.
Okay.
So first we have the 120 million man Caicedo. Second we have Enzo Fernandez, World Cup winner, and finally I will give him
Oh,
props. We have Frankie
cunts.
De Jong, amazing
Okay.
guy.
Okay. At least you put De Jong. But you're selling me. You're not putting Pedri and Gavi in there.
No.
And you're putting Caicedo
Yes.
and
Yes.
oh,
Listen. Listen. Gavi, I just told you, Gavi, I've been his biggest critic.
Ya Allah.
This guy, granted, he did play an amazing game.
Yeah.
I'm starting to look
amazing
on
game?
the other side.
An
Give me a
amazing
second.
game?
Give me a second. I'm starting to look on the other side, but that does not mean he's better than neither Enzo or Caicedo.
Oh my.
And then moving on to Pedri, I'm not gonna lie, I love this guy. I genuinely do. Very good. Injuries. This guy cannot stay fit for 3 games.
We can say the same thing about Reece James, but we both agreed to put him on the
Okay,
team.
but Reece James doesn't have competition. Who's gonna play instead of Reece James as right back?
Cancelo
Cancelo is a lone player.
or Koundé.
Koundé, an injured Reece James is better than Koundé.
No. Oh my goodness. No. Look, we both agreed with Reece James to put the performances outside of injuries and stuff like that. We're just talking about the performances, right?
Yeah.
Pedri, way better than the Caicedo and the World Cup star boy, okay? Gavi, way better than both as well. I
No
don't think this is
way.
even an argument. This is
Okay.
a Barcelona midfield. I'm sorry. I'm not compromising with this.
No. You're gonna look. I can compromise. Caicedo, since I haven't seen too much of him. First season, played with Brighton, obviously amazing. I am not taking Enzo out, regardless. Okay, Frankie, since we both have him,
Okay,
obviously
fine. Yeah.
I love the guy as well.
Okay.
He can stay. Caicedo, I can make the compromise as long as it's Pedri. Gavi is going nowhere near. Gavi is not even making the team squad. We're gonna keep him in the training ground.
No.
He doesn't come on the coach. He doesn't come on the bus.
No,
He's staying.
that's so dumb. That's
Okay.
so dumb. No. Gavi is better than both midfield. I'm not sacrificing Gavi. I'm sorry.
No. Look, I'll take Pedri.
Pedri for Caicedo.
Yes,
we agreed.
And then Enzo and Frankie.
Huh?
Enzo
No.
and Frankie. That's a very balanced midfield, man.
Okay, you know what? I want this to make it clear for all the viewers. I don't agree with this midfield, but we'll have to move on. So we're going with the midfield that you proposed. Pedri, Enzo,
Frankie.
De Jong.
Yes.
خلاص. I don't
Alright.
agree with it. I personally would put Gavi in, but okay, tamam.
Okay. Now let's move on to right wing. Who do you have?
Felix.
Okay. Now, okay. I'm gonna say who I have, and I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you why you're utterly incorrect.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Right wing is obviously Cole Palmer. Okay. I'm gonna tell you why Felix is just not it.
Okay.
Firstly, the guy's not a right winger. You can say striker, left wing, center forward, whatever. Not right
You
wing.
could put him in right wing and he'll
And
play
second, he's nowhere near as good as Cole Palmer.
Fine.
Nowhere near as good as Cole Palmer.
Fine.
And
Okay.
I
fine.
think potential. Cole Palmer
Okay,
is
potential
slightly
wise, isn't
below
it?
him.
Yeah.
Felix, very very good player.
Yeah.
But the finishing for Felix, and I watched him because the guy was on loan with Chelsea. He's just
But
so
honestly-
bad in front of goal, man.
Oh, okay. The finishing has been atrocious. I agree.
And
But
I mean, if you watched, sorry to interrupt again, but if
Yeah.
you watched, I think it was 2 games ago, maybe 3.
Hmm.
He hit the post twice within 15
No.
minutes.
the finishing has been atrocious. But like the build-up play has been spectacular.
Yeah, he's
And I
genuinely,
want to
yeah.
put my trust in him. But you know what? I'm okay. I will compromise with Cole Palmer.
Thank you very much. Now let's move on to left wing.
Okay.
I have Raheem, the Dream, Sterling. Who do you have?
Okay. I'll say Raheem Sterling as well.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Finally, we can agree on a Chelsea boy.
Okay.
I think this one is pretty obvious.
Okay.
Left wing is not really much of a competition. It's really Sterling or Mudryk or, I mean,
Look,
who else is it really?
I want to say Rafinha, but no,
More
I
for
can't
right
say
wing,
anything.
anyways.
I can't even defend Rafinha.
And
to be honest. But you know what?
Yeah.
If Rafinha is watching, I love you, and I'm still supporting you. But you need to pick it up, Shreya.
And finally, let's move
Striker.
into
Who do you put?
striker.
Okay, I think we should agree
I
on
think,
this.
yeah, we have to agree on this. Chelsea, just Lewandowski.
Yeah, okay, Lewandowski. Even though he hasn't had the best season, he's still the better option.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, we have Nicholas Jackson. I mean, when Nkunku comes back,
Mm.
we should film this again. And I have faith that Nkunku will outshine Lewandowski and show his class. And I think he's going to be my striker for next time.
It's not an outrageous take.
But for now, since he's injured,
Yeah.
it's really just between Lewandowski, Nicholas Jackson, and Armando Broja. Nicholas Jackson with a hat trick.
Honestly,
Last game.
what a performance. What a performance from him. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. I mean, let's be real. He missed 2 sitters.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we're being real, Lewandowski, the
Yeah.
main man.
Yeah, honestly. So thank you all for listening. I appreciate. And we appreciate you guys. And inshallah, we'll have another episode coming soon. Inshallah.
With a guest, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Stay on the lookout, guys.
Yeah.
And ma salama.
Oh wait, final note. Before I say anything and say goodbye, Ansu Fati will become better than Mbappe and win the Ballon d'Or first.
All right, let's end this here. Let's end this here. Thank you guys for joining us. Ma salama. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of GQ Speaks. We hope you've gained valuable insights and inspirations from our conversation today. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to follow us on our Instagram page at GQ_speaks and be sure to leave a review on Spotify to show your support.
Yo, it's Basil, and I'm back, and I have a pun for you guys. Why did Xavi loan out Ansu this season? Because he was getting a bit too fatty.